Hey guys, welcome back to another weekly developer diary. So it's actually been a couple of weeks and quite a lot has happened, so I'm just going to try and go through it in order and basically try and cover everything. So, first of all, as of the last dev diary, the base prototype and transfuser ended. So for the base prototype, the main things I had to do was we did a lot of gameplay testing and balancing. I did the art for this final enemy, the Hanzaki we called it. It's like a bubble breath salamander. So here's this little walk where it basically is covered in these bubbles and they'll inflate and deflate as he walks, as he does his idle animation, and when he does his bubble breath, they'll start small, they'll go really small, and then they'll just explode in size. So, and I'm really happy with how this guy came out. I think this guy came out looking really clean. And I got this little tail. His tail sort of jerks up as he does it, and he does this little stomp, which I think came out really well. Other than that, I ended up doing a lot of little visual effects, like these little coin splashes and whatnot for the Tanuki money bags, and a lot of it was mainly just basically gameplay testing, bug fixing, and just making sure everything felt right, basically, as well as lots of tweaks like menus and whatnot. Sorry about that. So yeah, let's play a bit of gameplay footage while I talk about what happened next. So basically, after we had a very long week of just working on the game, so worked over the weekends, and then the night before EGX was we were up till about 4 in the morning, late at night working on the game. But yeah, it was a lot of hard work. I mean a lot, but as you can see here, here's some gameplay footage. It's the initial demo is now just finished. It's fully playable, and I know that because we went to EGX, and you might have seen on our TikTok and on our Twitter. We went to EGX for the game, and it was incredible. It was amazing. We had tons of people come play the game. Everyone that played it seemed to enjoy it. We got some really positive feedback off it. It was a really rewarding experience. So while we were there, we'd have a few of us at the booth playing the game with people or explaining the game to people, or if we weren't doing that, we'd be off either enjoying the convention or talking to publishers, networking, or I tended to be in a ninja costume handing out cards for the game, basically sending people to the stand. But it was a really cool experience, just the amount of people that came and played the game, and after that seeing the difference in seeing people that have mentioned us on their podcast or mentioned us in their article of favourite games at EGX and stuff like that. But all in all, EGX was genuinely one of the most incredible things I've ever done. It was really fun, and it was incredibly rewarding seeing people just enjoy the game. I could talk about this for days, but I remember there was I remember one of my teammates said that a kid came and played the game, and then after playing a couple games of it, they got up and went and said that's the most fun they've had all day. Which is just that coming from a kid is that's honest. So it's just it's just heartwarming, hearing stuff like that about your work, because that's a truth. But yeah, everyone just enjoyed the game. It was honestly incredible. I had one guy who was playing a game with me at the stand for about half an hour, to the point where I was sort of oh, please hurry up, people are waiting to play. But that's a good sign, if someone's sat there wanting to play the game for ages, then I'm more than happy to let them. What else we had? We had people come and give a visit us a second time, come play the game, which was really cool to see. Talked to a lot of people about the game. We ended up making a few tweaks at EGX, just like a few balance tweaks and whatnot, like adding attack buffer, fixing some attack buffers in the turnarounds and whatnot to make it feel really good. And I tell you, feedback we got balance wise was people thought the the Tengu was too OP, which I agree. The Tengu's pretty strong, but it's fun. So we'll probably nerf it a little in future, but for now it's pretty fun. And yeah, we basically just ended up jacking up the speed of all the enemies and all their attacks and like the cooldowns, just to make them all as strong as possible, basically. Yeah, we had the game pitch on the first day as well. Game pitch went, I'd say, near flawlessly. Like, game pitch went incredibly well. Sorry, I got a bit of a cough. But yeah, after that, yeah, it was just people. Yeah, honestly, I could talk about this phrase. It was just people played the game and they enjoyed it, and we got, you know, there was hundreds of people played the game over the 4 days that we were there at EGX, and the amount of people that just enjoyed playing it and whatnot was just really heartwarming, and just it was just cool to see, you know. It's like just from me, from a personal standpoint, you know, I've worked my ass off on this game for months, you know. Obviously this idea was a good, like, almost couple of years ago now, but you know, I worked my ass off on this game for that when it was a uni project, and I'm working my ass off for these past 3 months. Just seeing this outcome of it was really rewarding and just really nice to see. And it's just sort of the thing that motivates me to keep doing it. And then, yeah, other than that, EGX, we enjoyed the convention, got to play some games, not Sonic Forces, Sonic Frontiers and Street Fighter and whatnot. That was pretty fun. Played some like indie games and whatnot that were pretty fun. We went out for had a meal one night. It's like a little team celebration and whatnot. Just enjoyed ourselves. It was if I had to sum it up, I'd say it was one of the most fun but tiring things I've ever done, because you don't get to sit down at we had seats at our stand, but the strategy, you don't want to sit in the seats because you want the seats to be open with the controllers so people come and play it. But so you're all the time you're all stood up all the time talking, like all the time for 8 hours. It proper knackers you out, especially if you're out in like the front crowd handing out cards like I was. But it was just really sick. Let's see. After EGX, took a bit of a downturn because you can probably tell by the slight cough I've got now. I've recovered, but I got COVID the day after I came home from EGX. So after EGX, I've not really been doing any work, and we were all taking a good couple of weeks off anyway because we've all worked our asses off. So yeah, I've just kind of been a bit bedridden, but then I've had a bit of a chat with my team recently because we found out we didn't win Transfuser, which, I mean, sucks. I think we deserve to win, but oh well, is what it is. But based off the feedback we got, it doesn't really change the plan of we're just gonna try and get to publishers. So we've had a couple talks and we need to discuss it further. But basically the plan for now is we're gonna adapt our pitch into like a pitch deck and basically just narrow down the finance business sides of it a bit more, and then basically just send it off to publishers and see what we can work out with the best deal we can get from whatever publisher suits our game the best. And that's pretty much the plan now. Transfuser is over, Transfuser's done, and yeah, we're just looking for a publisher now, just in the real world, which is kind of crazy. Because I know we're having to discuss a lot of things of how much longer do we want to work on this? How much longer does it need? Because a lot of the feedback we got was already positive, so we go we could launch the game now, but it's not the standard of quality and got all the content that we'd want, because obviously only 3 or 4 months that we've worked on this. So right now we're saying we want to work on it for about 6 to 12 months right now. Probably 6, we're maybe 12. We've basically got like certain deliverables for how much funding and how long we get to work on the game essentially is. So it's a lot of business stuff, but in short, we're looking at getting a publisher to fund the game and help market the game and like localize it in different languages and whatnot. And that's what we're doing right now. Yeah, it's weird though. It's like, transfuser and all that. It's just over. It's just like it's pretty much the same thing I had to say when I finished uni. One chapter ends, another starts, type of thing. But yeah, it's a bit of uncertainty right now, just because it's like we need to sort out some business stuff and then start applying for publishers. But hopefully within a week we'll be sending off applications, because we need to do stuff like actually establish it as a business and whatnot, and then make some changes like the pitch deck and whatnot. And then what really helps is we have a really good build version of the game, so we can send this to a publisher. They can see there's already a good amount of work done on it, and then hopefully they're more likely to actually give us the funding that we need to finish this. But yeah, as for the future, so we're hoping to set up the studio as like a business. It's like full on business. Want to release the game. We've not got a certain price point yet. We've discussed $3.99. I think that might be too cheap if we're working out longer, because at the end of the day it's a business. We need to make money to eat. But right now we're still discussing like that, and the release window and whatnot is all like sort of still up in the air. But yeah, other than that, all I can do is gush more about how amazing EGX was. It was incredible. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So as for the coming weeks, what it'll hold, I don't really know, to be honest. It might just be me hopping on and just basically going, oh, we've settled our pitch stuff and we're going to start sending it off. That's probably what it'll be. But as of now, we're all still taking a bit of a break until next week, because we worked hard and we've earned it. And looking at the game we've created, I'm really proud of it. I really am. Obviously, it's not perfect. Nothing ever will be. But for a 3-month project from like 5 graduates, not even that, just as a game in general, it's just fun. It's just fun to play. Obviously, it's not the quality of your big indie game studios, but it's not going to be. It's it's a few graduates. But for the amount of time and for the limited time and limited money and resources and whatnot we've had, I think this has turned out incredible. I honestly could not really ask for more. Props to my team as well. They've all done amazing. It's been great working with them so far, and hopefully if we get the funding, we'll be able to work on it further. It's the plan. But yeah, all in all, so like closing remarks, I know I'm rambling. I'm really happy and proud of the game that we've made. The reception at EGX was really heartwarming, just really nice. It was just really nice to see. Yeah, other than that, and then the plan is to take it to publishers now that Transfuser's over. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all next week. And if you want to see a few more details, we've got some stuff on the Twitter and the TikTok, the usual social medias, if you want to see a few more details on how EGX went. But yeah, I'll see you all next week, and peace.